What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy Joe, back again with another video, and today we're going to be having someone special joining us for today's video. Entry.
Hello everyone.
You wanted a cooler entry.
Yeah.
Entry.
What's up? What's up, Joe's Gear Review Channel viewers? It's me, Joanez Gaming Official. Make sure to check my channel too. Not just subscribe to me also, yeah.
Very nice segue to your channel. So this is Joanez, and he's part of Joanez Gaming channel. We'll just put the title in here.
Okay. I would also review one product for those who don't know. We are both like bros and relatives, and now we are gonna collab. So this is gotta be family special, I think so. Okay.
A family special.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna be looking at the TruthEar's Blue 2. So the TruthEar's Blue 2 is a really good budget IEM that comes in the TruthEar series. And our boy Joanez over here is actually pretty new to the whole audiophile IEM world. And this is going to be the first IEM that he's going to try out. So, would you like to try out the TruthEars?
Yeah, first time on it, right? Let's come straight to the point. How much does it
cost? The TruthEar Blue 2 is $65 as per their website.
It's 6,500.
6,500 rupees as well. Okay. To begin the unboxing, we could see the first things first. We are greeted with a waifu. According to the TruthEar standards, we have a waifu for everything, and this one is a waifu for the Zero Blue 2. And as you can see, this one is being a Crinacle and TruthEar collab. And if we see around, let's see here, what else we got? TruthEar, where sound meets truth. Okay. And the TruthEar company. And we also have a first look at the graphs. So I guess we also have a picture of the graphs here with and without the base adapter. And a bunch of specs in here. And I guess that's it. Let's see what we got. A lot of good branding, I could see that. It has that full theme to it. Nice shiny finish on the Zero Blue. Written here, made by the TruthEar. A bit of branding on all the sides. Here are the IEMs, and here's the pouch. Let's pop these guys out. Here we have all the ear tips. You can see that we have the silicone version and the foam version. I'll be taking the silicone ones out. Here's the cable. Not much space in the pouch, but hey, it's what it is. So the hooks themselves, I think it has a letter in the sides. You can see that you could match the letter with the hook and then put it in. Here's a good look at the shell. Nice finish. I kind of like the way that the shell looks. That kind of blue, glittery look to it. This one's labeled L. Pretty snug fit. That's pretty much it. So, beginning with the IEMs, of course, it's TruthEar Zero Blue 2, and it is blue as ever. It has a really nice glittery blue design to it. I think it's covered with some kind of a lacquer finish. I do show up a zoomed photo in here for you to see. The shell itself is really pretty, and from that we have the cable. You can see that the ear hook is a bit on the aggressive side, but the ear hooks are pretty good and it is pretty comfy for me. And from the ear hooks, we have a cable with a mic attachment that is okay, I would say. And it has the volume buttons and it has the play pause, which is working well. And from that, we have no chin slider in the mic version. The mic-less version has the chin slider in it. And finally, from that, we have the cable. Now, the cable, I would say, is not the best of cables per se. It is a little bit on the flimsy side. You can see it has a lot of memory when it's pretty much on rest. And if I keep it down or somewhere, it just tangles up so easily. Not the best cable. You can see that where TruthEar is cheaping out a little bit. But the IM itself, the shell is really beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. Super pretty shell. I think if you do use some other cable, you could pop these out and then get another one, probably something blue to match it with. And then we have the ear tips. Now, the TruthEar is having the silicone ear tip as well as the foam ear tip, as you can see. As for my reviews, at least I'm using the silicone ear tip, which is medium, and it works really well for me. Very comfortable, really good seal, and foam guys can pick the foam ear tips. Who am I to judge? And inside the box, we have a leather pouch that is supposed to store the IEMs. Now, okay, in terms of very light and portable use, you can use this pouch, but on the long run, this pouch is not enough to store your IEMs. If you are going to be using maybe, let's say, a thicker upgrade cable, this is going to be very hard to close. I found that. Well, it does close with the TruthEar ZERO Blue 2 when I put it inside, but no room for anything else. Even if you put a smallest of DACs in here, you would probably have some problem closing this pouch. And since it's also leather, maybe I would say real leather or some sort of fake leather, this could expand in the long term and give that kind of old look and feel to it. So this is not something that's built to last. Spec-wise, the TruthEar ZERO Blue 2 is having a dual dynamic driver in which one is 10mm and the other one is 7.8mm. As for the drivers themselves, the first driver is called the Silicon Suspension LCP. The Silicon Suspension LCP Liquid Crystal Display. Silicon Crystal LCP Liquid Crystal. Oh boy. Silicon Suspension LCP Liquid Crystal Driver, and the second one is Polyurethane Suspension LCP Liquid Crystal Driver. Funky namings of the drivers aside, the impedance is actually really low at just 5.8 ohms, and the sensitivity is pretty good at 119.5 decibels. And just to show you guys how the other cable look, here it is. Here's the other cable, which is just the 3.5 micless version. You can see this one is having a chin slider here, which is a working functional chin slider, and it's pretty good. But it has the same kind of downfall as the one with the mic, where you could see it is in memory land, where it remembers everything you have ever done to it. As for my particular version, you could see that since I've got this from a friend, I apparently don't have the waifu card that comes with it, which looks like this. Why he didn't give it to me, I don't know. Now it's time for the old classic fit test. Here we go. Fit is pretty easy, as you can see, just slides up and over. Here's the right side, and here's the left side. Comfort wise, it's really good. I was able to wear this for at least 2 hours before I start to get a little bit of fatigue. It is pretty much smaller in the nozzle size as compared for the older Blue 2. If you remember the older Blue 2, which is chonky nozzle, that's how it used to be, but no longer the case in here. So shell wise is really good. What is causing me discomfort is these aggressive ear hooks. Now these ear hooks, you could see, really bends over and under and then kind of stops in here, and this sharp part of the ear hook is kind of scratching my back, which I believe it would be the case for many people with somewhat of a medium ear size like mine. I think if you want to fix it, you could of course just blow a hairdryer, loosen up the ear hooks. I'm scared to do that, but hey, you could try that if you want, or better just get some ear cable that you really like. Now with the cables connected and the IEM ready, it's time to go back to Joanez to see how his sound impressions are. Alright, so we got Joanez hooked up to the earphones. We're running this off the Muse M5 Ultra, so for the sake of convenience, and it's plugged on to our Mac, which is currently playing YouTube in the back end.
Like my favorite song is like Habibi. Not favorite, but it's one of the songs I have in my playlist. Like check it out.
It's in his playlist. Go check it out. Links in the description below. Alright, so your first impressions on listening to this.
It has subtle but strong sound. It may be subtle but it's strong. Main part is coming.
He means the drop.
But the punch is a bit slighter. You just hear it for your work motivation. It's really good. But for vibing, I think it won't set for vibe. But it will definitely set for your motivation. things.
Alright, so our boy tried first-hand look at IEMs. Okay, so what do you think about IEMs in general? How is this IEM compared to whatever you like?
AirPods better. AirPods give around sound. You feel like you're stuck in something and sound is coming from around. But in this, I could genuinely experience that that song is playing. It felt like me for 10 seconds, but it's around like 1 minute. Okay, so it's really good. But if you want something like punching bass, punching treble, and you're not the person to buy this. Like
Punching treble,
punching treble, man.
punchy bass, sharp treble.
Anyways, AirPods better.
As you can see, the IEM is pretty good, and it does leave a good impact to people who are even new to the audiophile hobby. So, as for me, let's put these bad boys in and beat some tracks. I said that wrong, didn't I? Let's hear some music. So before we get into the sound impressions, let's take a look at the frequency response graph of the TruthEar Crinacle ZERO Blue 2. I think I'm going to shorten it to Blue 2 from now on, but hey, SEO, my boys. So as you can see with the Blue 2, we have a very big sub-bass shelf, and that goes down to pretty clean mids, and then it goes off to some good sparkly highs. It does what it says on the tin, and it has a really good sub-bass rumble, but it doesn't come with the cost of the mid-range, so there is no bleeds as far as I could tell from the sub-bass to the mids. As far as the details concerned, it does have a good sense of air to it, but we'll get to more of the nuances later. That's the overall signature. It has a really good sub bass, it has good crisply top, so I would consider this to be in the fun sort of IEM, which has a really good sub bass as well as sparkly highs. Moving on, we have our first song, which is going to be Xena by Skrillex and Nai Barghouti. I hope I didn't get the name wrong. This is a really good example of trying to play something with a very deep sub bass. The sub bass line in this particular song will not be picked up unless the IEM itself is really good. It has a very low sub bass that plays in the main drop of the song, and that is something I really like about it. And that sub bass, it picked up so well in the Blue 2. It really rumbles, you could feel that energy, you could feel that pump, and it doesn't bleed to the mids. The vocals is popping really well, the vocals is forward, and there's a lot of hi-hats and a lot of ticks and tacks that goes around in this song. Picks up really well, and I really like the way it goes through the Blue 2. So over and all, this song, hit of a song, and it's rendered really well in the Blue 2. The next one that we're going to look at is Lili featuring Hamuda by Balti. Now, this is a song in which the chorus will have a very young boy singing the lines, and it really picks up very well. And the main rap part will be sung by the rap artist. And in this one, I would say that the bass line is picking up really well. The sub bass rumble is there. But I find that the bass impact is a little less. It feels a bit muffled. It doesn't have that punch and that, the strength to it. But the rumble part is there for the TruthEar ZERO Blue 2. Vocals wise, I would say the boy's vocals is picking up a little bit forward, and the older male vocal is actually a little bit behind when he is singing the rap parts. But over and all, it's not so much behind, and I do like the overall presentation. Just that the punch, there is a really good beat punch in the back, and that's not being picked up well in the Blue 2. But over and all, a nice presentation. So, the last one that we're going to look at is Year Without Rain by Selena Gomez. So in this one, there is a sub bass that goes all throughout the song with a bit of, the female vocals. Of course, Selena will be singing out in front, and there's a lot of hi-hats and snares that comes in as well. When it comes to the sub bass, once again, I am feeling that good rumble. So there's a very deep rumble that is pretty nice in the ZERO Blue 2. As far as the punch goes, once again, falling a little bit down on that front. The impact is not to the level that I'm expecting. Since the sub bass is so much out there, I would expect the impact to be as good, but I think when they put the bass shelf down and then going towards the mids, they're going really aggressive so that they avoid the bleeding. But I think that it's kind of affecting how the bass punches. Over and all, vocals popping out in front, very nice, very crispy, and it has that air and presence to it. That's what I really like. In terms of the imaging, I don't really feel that much, but it is out there. I can tell which side is which, of course. It's not the whole holographic soundstage per se, but it is an okay soundstage, I would say. So, what are my overall impressions on the Zero Blue 2? Well, as Jones pointed out, he is trying to vibe with it and he wants that kind of bass punch. So that is why I think he's not feeling the punchiness of the bass, but he's feeling the sub-bass rumble. So it's something that he likes to listen in the back end rather than listening it and actually banging your head with the rhythm. And I kind of feel the same way when I'm listening with these. It's really good. It's really clean. I would listen probably when using for work in the back because there is that good sub-bass rumble, so you would feel the energy of the song. But since the bass impact is kind of falling down, I would say it's falling short under that aspect alone. But everything else is really good in that front. As for an overall rating in terms of the package, since I want to see it as an overall, the cable, not the best of cables. So seeing with the overall aspect of the pouch plus the cables and the IM itself, the IM has a good sound clarity to it, but since you would rather probably get another upgrade cable and then a better case for it, you are going to have to spend a little bit of an extra amount on that. So does it justify the $65? Well, the IM itself justifies it, but when you're considering with the cable and the pouch, well, no, not really. So with all that in mind, I would say that this one goes for a good rating of 3.5 out of 5. Considering the price to performance ratio and what are all the accessories that you're getting when you're buying this. So with all that said, let me know what you think about the TruthEar Zero Blue 2 down in the comments below. And as always, if you do like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. I don't know. Until then, I will see you in the next review. Peace.
You know what? I'm gonna be like that one. Bye.
We should put a smile on your hand. I'm gonna put all of this in the blooper section right now. Dab.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Oh!
Hit the subscribe button. Just hit it, bruh.